This is Mike Franklin, a property tax guy, and today we are going to audit the assessor of the town of New Haven in upstate New York. It's northwest of the city of Syracuse, near Oswego, and it's in Oswego County. The assessor's name is Lucille Fox, and I had someone inquire with me about a concern about a commercial property that they felt was significantly underassessed and wasn't paying their fair share, and so I looked into it and tried to figure out what's going on there. So the property had been assessed as a classification of vacant commercial with improvements. And so that's when the assessment was low, but it subsequently was turned into a pretty significant commercial operation, and the assessment was raised accordingly. Now, I didn't analyze to see if that figure was accurate. It would have taken some considerable research to establish if it was accurate, but you could see the adjustment as a result of the class and as a result of the change in status of the property. And so it looked as though they were on top of it. And, it could be high, it could be low. I didn't get to that point, but the concern that it was addressed to me, I think was addressed by the assessor. And so they were on top of the change in class. So I was satisfied with what transpired there. But in the course of looking into that, I found another property that was assessed for about five and a half times what the property was purchased for, and so that was a concern. So I looked into that and tried to get to the bottom of what was going on, and so I foiled the code enforcement officer's records on that property, and I foiled the assessor's file. I asked them for the comparable sales report, the comparable assessment report, and the cost report, and anything else they might have in the file, and they responded within the 5 days that they are supposed to, and indicated that the assessor wouldn't be in for a few weeks. And then they have 20 business days to respond to that. And the assessor did, in fact, get back to me, and she was quite cordial and forthright, and I was very appreciative of her getting back to me and explaining what it is that she knew about the situation. As it turned out, she's a brand new assessor there, so she wasn't certain exactly what had transpired in the past, but she did take the time to look into it, and she agreed that it did need to be looked into further. And so I was very appreciative of her response, and I can't really ask for anything more. That's it's her job to look into these things. It's not her job to take directives from me, and I didn't make any directives. I just brought it up as a concern, and I wanted to find out about it. But since she appeared to be on top of it, I let them know that I really didn't need the records. I didn't want to put them through unnecessary work, and so I told them I wouldn't be needing the code enforcement officer's file nor those reports. Those are the standard things to request in these situations. You never know what kind of response you're going to get from an assessor or from the clerk, and so those are the standard things to ask for. But since she responded to me on the phone and explained where she was coming from and what she was doing, I was completely comfortable with what was going on, and I was confident that she would address it and do the right thing. So the assessor for the town of New Haven, Lucille Fox, she passed my audit with flying colors. We really appreciate assessors who do a good job, and it's pretty apparent that she's very experienced, and I was very appreciative of her customer service, because that's what this is about. it's about customer service and treating the taxpayers with respect, and she did exactly that, and I really appreciate it. So she and the town of New Haven, get an A from me as far as I'm concerned. I didn't get an opportunity to see how the town responds to FOIL requests, whether they not, everything about this was done timely. If I followed through and if I really needed all of these documents, I didn't get an opportunity to see exactly how that they would respond to all those things. But since they were responsive on the phone, that's all I could ask for. So I think that they did great. The assessor did great. How the rest of the town responds to these things. I just got the emails from the town clerk, so I have very limited experience in that regard. But my entire experience was positive. So town of New Haven gets an A from me as far as I'm concerned. And when the new tax rules come out next spring. I'll keep an eye on that to see what was done with it, and I'll follow up at that time. But Lucille Fox, I think she's terrific. This is Mike Franklin, the property tax guy.